Hello, Her Tribe. And so it begins. This was my first week back to work, and pretty soon my kids will be headed back to school. And I don't know about you, but it has been very challenging for me to take all of the things that I have been learning and practicing over the break, over the summer, to now mesh it with my work schedule. Now, I have to give myself some grace. This is only the first week, but the writing is on the wall. I only worked out 3 times last week. I missed my time with prayer so many times I can't even count. And not to mention, I have not meal prepped at all. I've been eating out every day this week. Now, mind you, it was Starbucks and salads, but still, last week gave me a ton of calories that I'm still trying to work off. So I decided this week to make it a point to focus on self-care and how I'm going to make time for myself in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of going back to work, in the midst of being the best mom and wife that I can be. So come along. This is going to be a good one. The journey starts now. So, first things first, since we've moved back in January, I still have not had an opportunity to build my prayer room in our new home. So today, my first task is to get my prayer room set up. So now there is no right or wrong here. You put in your prayer room, or some people call it a war room, whatever makes you feel comfortable, whatever gets you closer to God, whatever helps to give you peace, whatever helps to give you understanding, whatever helps to bring you joy. I'm going to use my office. This is a place where I can go that is secluded and safe from everyone else. It's a place that brings me peace, that is just mine and mine alone, and I don't have to worry about people coming in and distracting me. So I went to the store and bought some items that I'm going to use today to help me repurpose this space. So I needed something to house all of the books that I use, like whether it's my Bible or workbooks or prayer books, instead of the box they're in right now. So I bought this bookshelf from Walmart. It's just a simple white bookshelf that I'm going to be putting together today. Fingers crossed that this goes well. So I got this large one because not only will I be able to store all of my books here, but I'll also have a shelf to put different items that I'll be using on. All right, guys, I'm going to be listening to help of this guy. Do y'all see my earring go? Y'all, I was standing up washing dishes and my earring fell in the dishwasher. Is that bothering you? Adjust and move on. Okay, guys, so now that I have my shelf put up, I want to talk about what I do whenever I first come down to my prayer room. First things first, I like to pray in the morning as soon as I wake up, and then at night right before I go to bed. Now, in order for me to make that 6 a.m. prayer, I have to set my alarm clock. My body is not used to getting up that early anymore, so I have to set my alarm clock for about 5:45, 5:50-ish. Then I just lay in the bed and wake myself up for about 10 minutes. Then I make my way downstairs and pray from 6 to 6:30. So that 30 minutes gives me some time to come downstairs, get myself settled, light my candles, which is the next thing we're going to talk about. So the first thing I do is light my candles, fill my water vases, and water my plants if necessary. Those 3 elements are very important because they represent elements in nature. So the candles represent fire. In my vase there is water. My plants represent earth. It's kind of like earth, wind, and fire, but earth, water, and fire. So this candle in particular is called Cranberry Mandarin. I got it from Walmart. It smells divine. Or if you wanted to get the diffusers that have like the little essential oils, whatever suits your fancy. I personally love the candles because lighting candles brings a wonderful ambiance to your environment. It also helps to set the atmosphere. It's a way to let your body subconsciously know that you are ready to calm down, and most importantly, that you are ready to hear from God. So a couple other things that I decided to include on my shelf was a mirror, because it reminds me the importance of being reflective. Anytime as I'm thinking through something, seeing that mirror reminds me to be reflective and to look deeper than the surface level. I also have my God jar. So now this is a tip that I picked up from Alana Van Zandt on Fix My Life. This is just a container, right? And I call it my God jar because I put things in here that I'm giving to God. If I'm worried about something or if I'm thinking about something, I just put it on a slip of paper and put it in the God jar and I leave it there. So whenever I start to worry or whenever I start to fret over something, I just say, you know what? I'm going to put that in the God jar and I'm going to leave it there. And if it comes up again, I'm going to say, no, that's in the God jar. Leave it alone. God is handling that. It's a physical place for me to put aside my worries and my fears and my stresses because I know that God will handle it. The other thing I include is a journal. So this journal is very helpful for whenever I'm praying. I can write down my thoughts. I can look back at things that are revelations that I had as God was talking to me. I was talking to a teacher the other day and she said that as she prays, she writes her prayers down. I think that is so cool. I have typed my prayers as I was praying them, but I really like the idea of writing them because then I won't have to print it out and all that stuff. But I have typed my prayers before, but I'm going to start writing them as I pray. It's an extra step, but it's good to look back on because whenever you're going through, you can look back at your journey and what you prayed for. And another thing that I wrote down in my journal is, I'll bring it up close, 101 things about me. And so these are kind of like affirmations. So I'll read you the first couple. It says, I am kind, I am a mother, I am a wife, I am a sister, I am a daughter. So I'm just saying things that I am, as opposed to saying things that I am not. So as it goes further down, it says, I am a friend, I am a listener, I am a servant, I am a child of God. I am quiet. I am humble. I am reflective. I am protected. I am Alana. And the last one says, I am alive. There are so many times that the devil wants to fill your head with things that you are not and things that God doesn't say that you are. And so there are some things, again, like I am loving that I want to stay. And then there are some things like I am bored that I want to change. So some things I want to change, some things that I don't. But I think whenever you say them out loud, it gives voice to them and it gives you an opportunity to make a difference. So there are a couple of books that I keep on my shelf that I like to read and reference, if not every day, then at least every week. One of them is When Jesus Speaks to a Hurting Heart, Hope and Healing for a Woman's Soul. This book is amazing. It seems like every time I pick it up, the exact place that I need to go, like literally I can close my eyes and open it, and it is exactly what I need to hear. So each page has a different scripture with the passage that goes along with it. Here's one. It says, 1 Corinthians 14:33, God is not a God of confusion, but a God of peace. And so the passage says, true peace. The world will try to offer you peace. Satan will whisper his lies to you, tempting you to do things that are outside of my will for you. He will try to convince you this is the road to peace, but it isn't. True peace only comes through your relationship with me. In the midst of horrible circumstances, my people can find peace. Whether you have been abandoned by a spouse or without a job, you can be at peace. You can find peace in me when you feel alone or sad. You can be at peace when others come against you unfairly. Call out to me. I am the one who walked on water, the one who calmed the storm with my command. Don't be shocked at my power. You know me. I am Jesus, Son of the living God. I am your Savior and Redeemer and friend. I alone can give you peace. Accept it as a free gift today. Exactly what I needed to hear. So this book has literally about 1,000 of those little passages, and I have never come across one that didn't seep down to the innermost part of my heart and speak to it. So this book is a keeper. And just because Black Girl Magic is amazing, I gotta keep Michelle on the shelf. So this is her book, Becoming, that I was gifted, and I have read this thing to and fro. I already know the story, but she has some wonderful parts in here that just speak to becoming me, becoming us, becoming more. And I think that that is so befitting, especially in this time of my life, as I am becoming her. Okay, so now that we've talked about some things that are on my shelf, let's talk about the things that I do whenever I get there. One of the first things that I struggled with whenever I had my prayer room was that I wanted to pray for the entire 30 minutes. That is a long time to be praying. So after I've set the mood, lit my candles, I do a few more things to just relax myself. One of the things I do to help me with relaxing is called tapping. Now, tapping is an ancient Chinese acupressure method that basically is mixed with modern psychology. It consists of taking your fingertips and hitting different pressure points on your body, all the while talking through any anxiety that you're having. So there are 8 main pressure points: above your eyebrow, on the side of your eye, underneath your eye, underneath your nose, your chin, your collarbone, underneath your arm, and then on the top of your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whenever I first heard about tapping, again through Iyanla Van Zant, because that is my girl, I was like, what is that they're doing? I don't even think that's real. That probably doesn't work. I was not sold. But I learned that when done correctly, tapping can help to alter your brain, your energy system, and your body all at the same time. The key is, as you're tapping, to talk through the things that you're emotionally stressed about. So, for example, I could say, the fact is, my body is stressed because there's a lot of pressure at work. But the truth is, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I don't have to be burdened by things I cannot control. I have to stay in my lane and do the things that are best for me. Because I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I am more than a conqueror. I have everything I need on the inside of me. I am confident, I am worthy, and I am bold. I am Alana. So by doing this tapping, it recenters you again, and you begin to say the things that your body needs to hear. But another thing that I love to do is breathing exercises. Like I remember being like, woosah, right? This is kind of like a woosah moment, but I've learned to take woosah to another level. So I've learned to do what is called clearing breaths. Now with clearing breaths, you are balancing the 2 sides of your brain, making sure that you have ample oxygen and that you're able to think clearly. So with clearing breaths, you will hold one of your nostrils, breathe in through the other, switch, and then breathe out through the other nostril. So I'll demonstrate. I'll hold my right nostril. Then let go on the left side. And to my left, out to my right. Again, this helps to balance your brain and balance your breathing. And another thing, if you are focused on your breathing, you will not be focused on the thing that you're anxious about. So you want to repeat those cleansing breaths about 3 to 5 times until you feel much calmer. Again, this is why this takes about 30 minutes. But you don't have to do all of them every time. You can just choose to do them once every now and then or whenever you need them. I hope I was able to give you some ideas for your own prayer room. The key is, ladies, find the thing that brings you joy. Commit to it. Be consistent. Remember, your journey is worth it.